So many SpongeBob games have been released since the show's premiere in 1999 that it can get a little hard to keep track of them. For some reason, the video games eventually made a jump to 3D that didn't fit with the classic 2D look of the cartoon. It was a weird period when developers thought that 3D of any kind was better than the best 2D out there. Fortunately, the game I have today doesn't follow that trend. This is Spongebob Squarepants Supersponge for the Game Boy Advance. SpongeBob Squarepants Supersponge has SpongeBob on a mission to get a present for Patrick's birthday, but along the way, he finds that other people need his help as well. Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy, for instance, need food and facial cream, and it's up to SpongeBob to track down the items needed. At the end of a few stages, there's a boss, and then the story advances to the next section. Now, although this works fine as a video game, all of the humor, and I mean all of it, has been sucked out of the show for this game. It's a shame too, as the jokes on SpongeBob tend to be more clever than other cartoons, but the game isn't funny at all. Supersponge is a platformer, kind of like the last SpongeBob game I did, but there are two main differences. First, the level design in this is much better, with varied locations and different enemies. However, on the reverse, the controls are very stiff, and hit and jump detection is not very good. The level where SpongeBob is in Sandy's tree dome is one I have never been able to beat. It's a good thing the game uses passwords, or I may have never been able to get past it. I just realized I actually said it's a good thing the game uses passwords. Probably never say that again. If you can get past the technical flaws, however, this is not actually a bad game. Hazards and platforms are both really well made, and the different gadgets that SpongeBob gets to use, like the net or reef blower, are a ton of fun. But getting past the controls can prove to be a challenge, especially when you keep dying at the same place over and over again. The game is pretty liberal with giving you health though, so it'll be pretty hard to be killed from getting hit. Most of the time it'll be from falls. There's also mines that can explode and kill SpongeBob in this game, something I don't think would pass in a kid's game today. Visually, Supersponge isn't really anything that special, although this was a really early Game Boy Advance title. The levels are all full of color and the animations are all clean. The best thing about this game, however, is the music. It isn't from the TV show, but it's one of the best mix of songs I've heard on a handheld game. Each one is different enough to fit the vibe of the level you're playing, and given the fact that this is an area of the game that developers sometimes neglect, it's pretty impressive. SpongeBob Squarepants Supersponge is nowhere near as good as it could be because of its stiff controls, but once you get past that, you will have some fun with it. And then there's the lights, and the phone, and my game will ooze green slime! Oh wait, they always do that. Okay, that line isn't in the game, but that's how it should have been written.